Okay, let's jump straight into something I think is incredibly useful. We're doing a deep dive today into common English phrases for daily life.
Yeah, and the source material we're looking at, it really makes a strong case for learning English differently. Not just word by word, but focusing on these chunks of language, these phrases.
Right, and looking at this, my first thought was, well, why? Why focus on phrases specifically? Wouldn't learning single words, build your vocabulary faster? What's the thinking behind this phrase approach?
Ah, that's really the core idea in this text. It argues that learning phrases helps you skip a big hurdle for learners, which is sounding unnatural.
Okay.
When you learn a whole phrase, you're learning words in context. You get the meaning, sure, but also how they actually fit together in a real conversation.
I see. So it's like getting a little prepackaged conversation bit.
Exactly, like a ready-to-go unit. It's less about knowing every single word dictionary style.
And more about knowing the common combinations native speakers actually use.
Precisely. And the source really stresses how vital this is for smooth, kind of effortless communication day to day.
Like what sort of things?
Well, quick chats, ordering coffee, just getting through your day. These phrases, they stick better because they're tied to actions, to real situations. It just makes conversations feel less daunting, more comfortable for you.
Okay, got it. So our mission today, pull out the most useful, the most practical everyday phrases from this text and really get the why behind them, why they help you sound more natural. For you listening, this is about getting up to speed quickly, having those little aha moments like, oh, that's how you say that?
Yeah, equipping you with the language tools people actually use, minute by minute.
All right, let's dive in. The text starts with some real basics, things you'd say when you first see someone. What's the first one it brings up?
It points to, how's it going?
Ah, yeah. A total classic. You hear it everywhere. The text calls it the go-to casual greeting, right? Instead of a formal, how are you?
Exactly. It's less formal. And context is key friends, family, colleagues you're relaxed with. The source uses the example of just seeing someone in the hallway at work. It's usually not asking for a deep life story.
Right, it's more like a friendly signal.
Uh-huh. A friendly acknowledgement. It sets a casual tone straight away. And the typical responses reflect that. The text mentions things like, it's going well, thanks, or maybe pretty good, just a bit busy. Depends.
Okay, let's try that little back and forth they include. You start.
Okay. How's it going?
Not bad. Just thinking about lunch, actually. You.
Same here. Totally starving.
Yep, sounds about right. Okay, so we've greeted someone. What about saying what you're up to? Or maybe not up to. The text has a good one for downtime,
Yes, it does. I'm just chilling.
which basically means relaxing, right? Taking it easy. I like how the source says it's a simple way to show you're not stressed or rushing around, the opposite of running around like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. The contexts are things like, watching TV, reading a book, just having some quiet time. The example is someone asking what you're doing on a Sunday afternoon. It's efficient. One phrase says, I'm relaxed and not busy.
It packs a lot into a short phrase. Perfect. Let's try their dialogue. What are you up to this weekend?
Oh, not much. Probably just chilling. Maybe watch a movie or read something.
Same, probably. Likely binge watching some show.
Now, speaking of being busy or not, the text also gives us phrases for when life is speeding up a bit.
Like on the go.
That's one.
Oh, yeah.
It just perfectly captures that feeling of being busy, fast-paced, always moving, meetings, errands.
It's a really concise way to say you're juggling a lot. The source emphasizes it describes a busy lifestyle. Let's do their example. How's your week been?
Oh, crazy. Seriously, I've been on the go nonstop, barely had time to breathe, let alone eat.
Sounds familiar. And related to that, but maybe more immediate, is in a hurry.
Yes, good one. This is more about that specific moment, that temporary state of rushing. Right now, you don't have much time.
Like being late for work or running for a train.
Exactly. It's that phrase you use when someone tries to chat but you physically need to move. The text notes, it's often a polite way out.
Okay, let's try that one. Can you help me with this real quick?
Oh, sorry, I really can't. I'm in a hurry. Got to catch my bus.
Fair enough. Understood.
And when you're on the go, often you're trying to run errands.
Oh, yeah, that's a great phrase. The text explains it covers all these little tasks outside the house, going to the bank, post office, grabbing groceries.
Exactly. It groups them. Instead of listing everything, you just say running errands. It's super efficient, which is something this text keeps highlighting about phrases.
Makes sense. Let's do their dialogue. What are you up to this weekend?
Not a whole lot planned, mostly just running errands. Need to hit the grocery store, post office, the usual stuff. You?
Same here, actually. Always something.
And why are we running all these errands? Often we're trying to get things done.
Right. This one has that feeling of focus, determination. You're being productive, ticking things off the list. Maybe staying late at work or just tackling a big to-do list.
It's the phrase for when you're in that productivity zone. The text says it's a good way to signal you're being effective. Let's try it. What's your plan for the weekend?
Ugh, I've got a ton of stuff. Errands, work to catch up on. Really just need to get things done.
Sounds fun.
Oh, it'll be a blast. Real party.
Okay, changing gears a bit. What about phrases for specific actions, like getting food?
Yes. You might grab a bite.
Perfect for when you're hungry but don't have time or maybe don't want a full sit-down meal. Quick lunch at work, maybe a snack while you're out.
Right. The text mentions asking a coworker down at the cafe or needing something quick before heading home. It's informal, suggests speed, and implies a small meal. It's just much more natural than saying, let's acquire and consume a small amount of food quickly.
Good point. That efficiency really comes through. Let's do their dialogue. I'm starving. Want to grab a bite?
Yeah, sure. But please, not pizza again. Fine, fine. Salad it is then.
Another really practical action phrase the text includes is pick up.
Yeah. The main meaning the text focuses on is collecting something or someone, groceries from the store, a friend from the airport.
Exactly. It's incredibly common for just everyday logistics. Such a simple verb phrase, but covers so many situations of retrieving something. The example dialogue is pretty typical.
Okay. Can you pick up some milk on your way home?
Sure thing, but only if you promise not to drink it all tonight.
It's a deal. Maybe.
Okay, now what about phrases for stopping or pausing activities if you've been working really hard?
You might need to take a break.
Yep. The text defines it simply. Pause what you're doing. Rest a bit. Studying hard, feeling swamped at work. It's universal.
And it matters because it's just the standard, easy way to say you need that pause. The example dialogue feels very real.
It does. Okay, you start this one.
Right. I've been staring at this spreadsheet for like 3 hours straight. Mind if I take a break?
Go for it. Just don't take a 3-hour break. And then when you're totally done with something for the time being,
You call it a day.
right, ready to stop work, stop cleaning, whatever focused activity you've been doing.
It's a clear signal. I'm finished for now. The text points out how decisive it is. Often used at the end of a workday, like in their example. It's 5 p.m. Should we call it a day?
Oh, yeah, let's. I'm absolutely wiped.
Sounds good to me. All right, moving towards wrapping things up, or maybe maintaining connections. The text has phrases for that too,
First one is keep in touch.
which means staying connected even if you won't see someone regularly, like when someone's moving or changing jobs.
Exactly. It's the standard sort of warm way to say you want to maintain that connection. Much better than, like, let's maintain our communication pathway.
Definitely more natural. Let's the dialogue. I'm actually moving to another city next week.
Oh, wow. Oh, no. Well, hey, let's definitely keep in touch.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you postcards. Maybe.
Sounds good. And then sometimes after you haven't kept in touch.
You need to catch up.
Yes. And the text notes, this one has a couple of main meanings. First, reconnecting with someone you haven't seen for a while, finding out their news.
Like suggesting coffee to catch up. It implies sharing what's been going on. Let's try their example. We haven't talked in ages. We should catch up soon.
Definitely. How about coffee next week?
Sounds great.
And the second meaning the text mentions is about getting back on track with something you fell behind on.
Right, like catching up on emails after being sick or catching up on a TV show you missed because you're too busy.
Getting things done.
Exactly. It applies to tasks or information or even entertainment. Here's their example for that second meaning. Have you caught up on that new series yet?
Not yet. Still trying to catch up on sleep, never mind TV shows. Too busy getting things done.
Priorities. Priorities.
Right. Okay, just a few more. Covering different states or situations, like when a machine isn't working.
Out of order.
Simple, clear, super useful.
Yeah.
The text gives examples. Coffee machine, elevator, maybe a website isn't loading.
And the text implies it's mostly for equipment or services, right? Not usually people.
Yeah, that's the typical use. A fixed phrase for something malfunctioning or unavailable. Let's do the dialogue. Ugh, the printer's out of order again.
Of course it is. Why would today be any different?
My thoughts exactly. Now, sometimes you need to talk about being prepared.
Right, for something that might happen, just in case.
This is all about being prepared for a possibility, even if you're not sure. Taking an umbrella just in case it rains, packing that extra sweater just in case it gets cold.
It's like the official phrase for having a backup plan. The text calls it really practical, and it is. We use this thinking all the time. Should I bring snacks to the meeting?
Yeah, probably a good idea. Just in case it runs long. Yeah, those meetings can drag on.
Good call.
Okay, all right, couple more related to attitude or managing a situation. First, settle down.
And the text points out two main meanings here. The first is about calming down, right? If someone's upset or maybe too excited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Telling someone agitated, hey, settle down, it's okay. Or if someone's getting way too loud watching a game, settle down, it's just a game.
It's a direct instruction to relax a bit. The example dialogue fits this first meaning. You're getting way too into this movie.
I know. It's just really good. But okay, fine. I'll settle down. Deep breaths.
Huh. The text also briefly notes the second meaning, establishing a more stable, permanent life, like settling down with the family, but doesn't give a dialogue for that one.
Correct. Just useful to know the same phrase can have different jobs depending on the context.
Absolutely. And the last one is about embracing a good moment. Make the most of.
Yeah, this means really taking full advantage of an opportunity or a good situation, trying to enjoy or appreciate something fully.
Like when you're on holiday or the weather's suddenly amazing or you have a free weekend you want to dedicate to relaxing.
Precisely. It's about maximizing the good stuff. It signals that intention to really use or enjoy something positive. Here's the example. The weather's actually really nice today. Let's make the most of it and go for a walk later.
Good idea. I could definitely use some fresh air.
And I think that takes us through the core phrases highlighted in our source text for this deep dive.
That was great. It really underscores the argument in this text, doesn't it? Learning these everyday phrases, it just clicks. You can see how using these little ready-made bits of language, knowing their specific job, makes you feel more confident and, well, sound more natural.
Absolutely. It's not just knowing words, it's knowing the common ways they hang together, the rhythm of spoken English. Phrases like, how's it going? Or knowing when to say, I'm just chilling. It cuts down on that hesitation, that awkwardness. It lets you just participate more easily.
Yeah, it makes total sense. You're not building every single sentence from scratch. You've got these functional blocks ready to go. It makes talking faster, smoother.
And seeing them in those civil dialogues, like the ones in the text, really helps cement how they actually work, in the wild.
Definitely. So maybe a final thought for you listening, building on all this. Think about consciously trying out just one or two of these phrases this week. See how it feels. Does it shift how natural your English sounds, even just a little? And then keep listening, keep noticing. What other phrases, what other little language patterns could unlock that next level of understanding and fluency for you? Pay attention to how phrases shape the conversations happening all around you.
That's a great takeaway. Focusing on these building blocks, these phrases,
Yeah.
it can genuinely transform how comfortable and effective you feel speaking English.